it's one of those learning things. This video was one of the very first times that I've ever got into the board level repairs. I was trying to reference knowledge that I got literally 20 years ago, and I was really struggling. Thankfully, my chat was helping me through it. If I ever post a video like this and you see something that I missed, please let me know. I'm all about learning. I'm not about being prideful. So anything that I can do to learn, I'd greatly appreciate it. So we're going to dive into this a little bit, and we're going to tear this apart. Customer said he took it apart, put a new battery into it, and then after putting that battery into it, it no longer will charge. So we're going to verify that with some voltages and make sure that nothing is wrong, make sure nothing's burnt, and then kind of diagnose it from there. So let's start by getting this back off. Oh yeah, so it's just those 10 screws. So what the customer said he did is he said he put this new battery in there. And when he did that, after that, it did not work. Or it did not charge after that. So let's get this plugged in. There's our powered, there's our DC jack. So when you plug this in, there's a light that's in here that is basically impossible to see, that is actively blinking very, very faintly. Okay, so first things first, we're going to unplug this battery and see if there's any change, seeing as the customer stated that was the only thing that he did. So we get the same light, which is like next to nothing. So I think this looks different. Let's take that out. All right, let's check some voltages real quick, if I can. What is this? Let's see if I can actively squeeze in there. I'm getting 19 volts. I'm getting here 2, 2, 2, nothing. Let's unplug this. What is the print time? 4 hours. That was close. All right. So we got. That is definitely not the memory that came with this. That is. All right, we see any change to removing the memory? No. Let's grab a different power cord before I dive too far into this. Same thing. All right, but it is doing exactly the same thing. So we've now ruled out the power cord being the issue. Now we gotta look. We're gonna have to take this thing all the way down. And see what we got. Nothing. All right, let's get this battery out. We're going to leave that connected. Disconnect that fan. Disconnect that fan, even though I don't know if this guy's been 100% honest with me. I'll find out very quickly. Like, I'm seeing stuff like this where, like, I'm trying to remember. I think he said he put liquid metal in this, which if he did, then that could be the problem. That's another reason I have it sitting the way it is. But there's no way that, like, there's no way that he would have been able to put liquid metal in here because there's no retaining bracket. And if he did, then he killed his motherboard, and I'm not about to try and fix it. You can replace it, but actually I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get this. This is technically another NUC. Alright, we need to lift some clips, disconnect some cables, and disconnect speakers, and disconnect this. So again, you try and avoid using metal on some of these soft plastic things. We're going to disconnect the CMOS battery from the chassis. And don't just leave it plugged in because we don't want to have it lose date and time. And we unplug. We unplug. Okay. Now we're going to do to remove all of these motherboard screws. And it looks like this whole thing is part of the motherboard screw arrangement. Is that other one the right size? Yeah. Went too small on my screw, on my screwdriver head. Let's get a little bit more zoomed in here in case we make a discovery. There we go. All right. So there's only one other screw that I can see here, which is this one. All right. Now, with the cooler, as always, follow the instructions. We have one, we have screw 2, 3, where's 4? It says C4. Oh, here it is. 4, 5, 6, 7, in that order. You take it off in that order, you put it back on in that order. So that's 1. That one looks like it's retaining. Nope, it's not. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, now very gently we're going to like lift this off of here. Don't want to, like, whenever you're trying to remove this, don't grab these pipes, because what will happen is you'll end up bending something and then it'll make contact with part of the board you definitely don't want it to. So same as always, plastic tool, get underneath there and just release it ever so slightly, and then once it's loose on one side, should be able to get the whole thing off. And we're going to set that over there. Yeah, he definitely repasted this. That's not supposed to be there. Or is it? All right, let's see if I can find any more screws holding this thing down. I got one there. All right, we need, this is a crazy cable. And then we have this cable over here, which again, just release that. We're going to try and keep the cables on the board. I don't know, something, that out. Same thing there. All right. I'm just quickly glancing to look to see if there's like anywhere here where there's obvious signs of electrical contact, which doesn't look like it. Back down. Just a quick visual inspection on this. Nothing screams broken right off. Let's grab the microscope. What is this cable going to? Well, that doesn't feel right. Let's break. Oh, it's fun. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. All right, let's start over here. Don't see anything damaged there. Not seeing any shorted components. That's mainly what I'm looking out for originally, is just I want to check for shorted components. Something that could have happened while he was in the process of installing something. Let's flip this around. Got nothing underneath here. Nothing underneath there. There's a lot of components tight in, like packed in here, super tight. These things do not look good. Like, if I got this and this was my computer, I'd be very upset by the way that looked. So this is where I was concerned. So I'm not seeing anything that screams to me like, hey, I'm shorted. I'm actually curious if this guy like ended up taking this whole over there, taking this whole thing off for some reason. And when we go to put it back on there, we just got to make sure everything lines up correctly. Same thing. Gonna take a look on the bottom. This is like, everything is so packed in here. Check here. I'm gonna check that first and foremost. Okay, that's fine. Look at this. Figure out exactly what's going on with that. What is that? I think that's just a reinforcement bar. Like, and this whole thing is just like it's a ground just to keep the this part of this from flexing. Okay, now that we have this all the way out, I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to check some voltages all around. Thanks for the follow. Pay attention, Chris. 19 volts. 19 volts. 19 volts. So that's fine. I'll probably look up a circuit diagram. Nothing. 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 3 volts. 1 volt. 1 volt. 1 volt. 1 volt. I don't know. There's got to be a not a short. Well, it could be a short on this somewhere. No volts. 0.2 volts. 2 volts. 2 volts. 2 volts. All right. Well, while we have it plugged in, tell me this thing is dead. There it goes. Let's see if we got any hot spots going on. What pen do I use? It's just a regular old, so a regular old pen, Emily. Alright, let's see if we got any hot spots on this board. Just a little bit so we can see. That's not a hot spot. That's just copper. Not seeing. Same thing, we're going to flip it over. Do the same thing on this side. Oh, whew. Check this out. So I think we might have found what the problem is. So wait for this to cool down real quick. We have, so you see there's no hot spot there. And then as soon as I plug this in, oh look, there's a hot spot forming. Unplug it. And then it goes away. So, what that's saying, yes, this is actually just come in handy. So this chip and this. So we need to check to see if we have a short there. So if it's this chip, I'm probably not going to do that because I don't have like resolder balls. Is that a Mosfet? Let's take a look and see what this actually is. Let's get this unplugged. Let's get this flipped around. So this is the chip in question that's heating up. And then this is the other thing that's heating up. So, and just to verify this, I have this strange feeling Joseph is about to show up. I don't know why. He's got like a deja vu of him showing up. Yes, it does appear to be a Mosfet. So just to confirm, I need to find the other end of the power cord. So if he shows up all of a sudden, like I'll look like a wizard. instant hotspot right there. Instant. Unplug it. Give it a second, and there it goes. All right. So it does appear to be a voltage regulator. Let's unplug everything. Is this a voltage regulator? Yeah, voltage regulator. Oh, it's backwards. So what do we have here? This should be so I need to look this up. So the question is, something causing this to short? I pray it is not. It's not this. Though interestingly, that's out of the circuit. Not this. All right. Okay. All right, let's start putting this thing back together now. All right. I'm going to start with this. Nope. Oh well. And we're going to see if we instantly get that same hotspot on this. And also, here, let's clean this up. Oh, plugging you in someplace else so we can still see. Alright, so right now we have no temperature in the board whatsoever. As soon as I put that thing back on, start getting a hot spot right there. Question is, do we get the same? We do. So, it really is going to come down to me finding an exact replacement for that. Because if I can't find, like, I thought that this would be, I thought this would work. Clearly it does something different. So, I think maybe I should just stop and go home. Probably. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you wait, so I can't just kind of leave this there. I just need to explain what I know now that I didn't know then, which was what I was looking at was not what I thought it was originally. I went into that thinking that it was a Mosfet and it was a voltage regulator. Unfortunately, the customer ended up being in Bradenton for a very short period of time, so he couldn't leave it with me. But that voltage regulator was 100% the problem, because the rest of the problems with the board went away when I removed it from the board. Knowing that now, I would have just ordered a replacement voltage regulator, dropped it on there, it probably would have been fine. One of the things that I didn't do that I should have was check the power circuit that's to the right of the voltage regulator, and seeing that there was a short going all the way down there. The next morning, which I don't have on video, I actually checked it and it's like, oh, there's a short there. It's got to be because of this. More than likely, what happened is when the person who owned it plugged in the power cord with the new battery, it was the wrong battery. The connectors had wires switched and shorted out some part of the charging circuit all the way down through there, through the voltage regulator. The voltage regulator is just where the two bad sections fit. So that's what happened for the whole rest of that video. So yeah, it's one of those learning things. This video was one of the very first times that I've ever got into the board level repairs. I was trying to reference knowledge that I got literally 20 years ago, and I was really struggling. Thankfully, my chat was helping me through it. If I ever post a video like this and you see something that I missed, please let me know. I'm all about learning. I'm not about being prideful. So anything that I can do to learn, I'd greatly appreciate it. So now, back to the outro. If you liked that video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I stream daily on Twitch at twitch.tv/SpecVengeance. And yeah, if you want to learn more about my services, check out BradentonPCRepair.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.